So yes, as I was saying, Carrie is going to not make it. She's doing some training, or working on some training, and for work. And then Wes really wanted to play, but he evidently is in a hotel, and he he was trying to do it, and the Wi-Fi their bandwidth is just not sufficient to allow him to play, which I totally understand because I've tried to do that a couple of times in the past, and yeah, you're lucky if you can check your email with most hotel bandwidth. But welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We'll be picking up where we left off last week, getting towards the end of the Mystery of BT-SHT 365. If you're watching on Twitch, scroll down. You should see some tiles there. If you don't see the tiles, click on my profile image and they should pop up for you. We'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. And tonight we would like to thank Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, balms, butters, and co-wash. They also have a full line of deodorant and spray-on colognes now. And all of their scent profiles are a different fantasy character. Tonight I'm wearing the Hero Beard Balm, which it's a cologne-scented beard balm. They have many scents. I'm sure that you can find one that's suitable for your needs. If you are a first-time purchaser, you can go to fablebeardco.com and create an account, and they have a buy one get one free option for new customers. So just put 2 beard oils in your cart, and you'll get that second one for free if you use the code FIRST in all capital letters in your cart. If you're a fan of our Wednesday Night Traveler games, we do have a website via Obsidian Portal. And the adventure log on that site is written as if it were Traveler News Service articles. It deals mostly with everything in general going on in the Treasure Reach, but the players are starting to make more of a name for themselves, and so they are becoming more and more front page news. If you like the content, please go to the front page and give us a thumbs up. We do like to see the fan likes. We hope you enjoy. So, where we left off last week, you guys got... Actually, I kind of feel like last week was a valuable lesson. So, there is this bell curve as far as damage in combat goes in Traveler. And really what that is, as far as armor really goes. So it's kind of like anything below combat armor, you can still get hit pretty hard and take a lot of damage. But after you get to like battle dress, it's really hard to hurt you. And then you end up with enemies that are the same way, and so you end up with this stalemate where everybody's hitting everybody, but nobody's doing any damage. And so... luckily, with Wes using the missiles on shenanigans and attacking the Royal Hangar itself, you're not even sure of how much damage that actually did yet because you haven't gotten that far. But he was able to kind of break the stalemate and cause some of the Jadeko troops to surrender, etc. But you're not sure exactly what all is going on down there in the Royal Hangar yet, because the first stop after you got on the tram, the first stop is an infirmary, and according to there's a little computer readout, basically saying you are here. According to the readout, this is a small infirmary that was used for troops that were basically stationed or crewed on Duke Petrovsky's personal ship. And you know that there's something here because you had overheard comm chatter with the Judeco troops that there were a bunch of scientists or whatnot here, and so rather than bypass it, you decided to stop here yourselves. And so you get off, and you step off the tram, and the tram just is going to stay there and wait for you. It's not like, it doesn't run every 15 minutes. And you're on this platform with some stairs that lead down a hallway to a set of closed double doors. No windows that you can see. You are fairly deep underground. You are in the middle of this mountain, really. So what would you like to do? I'm sure Rexar will lead with his chin.
That's some wild stuff, right?
Open the door.
Go and open the door. Hold on here. I thought I already fixed this, but no, I did not. That's better. Get rid of all that grid snapping. Okay. So you open this door. Trying to think of how to describe this. So you open these doors. They're not locked in any way. It'd be kind of silly to have locks on an infirmary, other than drug cabinets. And the first thing that you see is a operating theater to your right, and to your left you see what appears to be an administrative office. In the middle of this room, you see a number of things. The first thing that stands out is that there are 5. At first, when you look at them, you think that they might be cryobirths. And they're obviously in a cold state of some kind, and they're venting some white gas coming out of them, being refrigerated as they are. But in front of them, and they're that these don't really belong here, because there's cabling running under on the floor, and some of it's going straight to this door here. It's going through this door into the administrator's office. But in front of these 5 what you think are cryobirths, you see a pedestal, and on this pedestal is one of those black globes with the 2 rainbow-colored fingerprint on each well, it's a globe, so it's hard to say that it's a side, but on the sides of this globe, you see these fingerprints. You have seen these, but you've got 2 of them in your possession. You've seen these before. This thing's sitting on a pedestal, and there is a makeshift monitor next to this pedestal that seems to be monitoring. There's a couple of windows open on it. One window that you see is clearly monitoring the life signs of these 5 cryobirths. And that's kind of like a little set of squares on the right side of the screen. And in the middle of the screen is just a weird, like, screensaver kind of pattern that just keeps shifting. You're not sure what that is. So that's what you immediately see when you open these doors.
Can Keith investigate the computers?
Sure. Does he want to just go over and take a look?
Yeah.
So we're going to put him there.
Seven, not super good.
Okay. Keith can make a recon plus intellect check.
11.
Okay. So before I get to what Keith sees, Rexar, what would you like to do?
I would like to eyeball the pedestal for traps.
Okay. So you're going to go over to the pedestal as well. You can make an investigate plus intellect check.
Not recon?
Nope, not recon.
So that's 5.
So you're not really seeing any traps on this. You are seeing, but what you, with your 5, and I mean you are not the ship's tech whiz by any means, but you can obviously tell, and Keith confirms your suspicion, that the pedestal has 5 cables coming off of it that are going to the top of these cryo birds. Now you can make a recon plus intellect check. Rexar?
What was that?
You can make a recon plus intellect check now.
I didn't hear that last week. That's 9.
Okay. Hold on here. Okay, so you notice something else. I will get back to you. Beth, what would you like to do?
I think I want to follow the cables into the administrative office.
Okay.
They're like over here.
So you can make a recon plus intellect check as well. Okay. So you see these cables, the doors left open, and these cables, now this administrative office, you know, as they do, they have these 2 double windows here and here so that they have a view of what's going on, I guess, in the rest of the building. I don't know. But every office has them. It's stupid. So you see these cables come in, and this bundle of cables is going to a set of connections underneath this this desk here. And the desk, of course, it's got, you know, some a computer pad on it and whatnot. It's obviously got power. And we'll get to what you see in just a moment. Ox, what would you like to do?
How heavy duty is this door here going in?
It's not exceptionally heavy duty. I mean, it's not even an airlock. It's just a sliding door.
So, okay, if something would just slam it shut and lock it, we could probably blow through it with our battle dress.
Yes, but I mean, there's no locking mechanism on the door.
Okay. I'm just going to take a look at the room, look at the floor, look at the ceiling, look at the walls, see if there's a... check and see if it's a drop ceiling and there's a bunch of aliens hiding above it, or if it's a raised floor for cables and there's a bunch of aliens hiding below it.
Go ahead and make an investigation plus intellect check.
Yeah.
So, with a 7, you notice, so until these, obviously, this pedestal with the orbs and the 5 cryobirds got here, obviously nobody else had been in this room for quite some time. Unlike up in the town where you'd seen that buildings were hermetically sealed, this room, there is a fine layer of dust. And you can see that these cryobirds, you can see in the dust on the floor where these things were dragged in from the doors that you just came in, as well as the pedestal. And you see a couple of boot prints as well. Go ahead and make a Recon plus Intellect check.
Nine.
Okay. So, okay, hold on here. So Keith, whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. And Rexar and Beth and Ox. So Keith notices, he realizes that you are not alone.
Oh shit.
Whoops. That's not at all what I wanted to do. There we go. Jeez. Evidently I got a little bit of lag going on too. And of course, Keith hollers out, you know, that you're not alone. And this guy, so it ain't -1. Beth and Rexar. So the first guy, Keith notices, is up here, kind of ducking around behind this wall. Keith and Beth notice that there is a scientist, lab coat and all, down here. And Ox, you see that there is a scientist in the morgue. And the scientist in the morgue, he seems to be trying to duck down, you know, and stay out of sight behind a table. He's doing a terrible job of it. Same thing with the scientist in the administrator's office. He's trying to hide behind this desk and doing a really terrible job. Yes. So everybody can roll initiative. All right. Oh, man, Beth. I can see that, I can see the camera's rolls haven't improved yet.
Yeah, and even when I'm rolling for Devin by proxy, the rolls are like way better. Fuck. You go, okay, this is my roll, Snake Eyes, and then it's his roll, and it literally got 2 6s. Bullshit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you some new dice. That's all there is to that.
It's like karma or something, though. I don't know what it is.
So Keith hollers out that there is, that you're not alone. There's a security guard here. Ox, what would you like to do?
I'm going to try busting out that window so I can shoot through it if necessary.
Okay.
And if the glass actually shatters and I don't look foolish in my suit of armor, I'll tell the Judeco scientist to get down and don't move.
Okay, go ahead and... That is a really good question. Go ahead and make a unarmed melee, so it would be 2d6 plus your melee plus your choice of strength or dex.
Well, I will very dexterously punch that window out.
All right. That's the way to do it. Oh, yeah. So good. Let's see. That is 1d plus 3 plus your choice of strength, or plus your strength modifier.
That's a -1 for strength. Oh, wait, I got the suit out.
That's true.
That brings me to a 0.
Yeah. Well, so what is your strength mod?
0.
So
With the
you're...
suit.
Oh, really? Okay. You had a... Wow, okay. So...
It's the scout suit, which only adds 2, and my strength is 6.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that only... Okay. So what'd you roll for damage?
So 1d6?
Correct. Plus 3.
4 plus 3, 7.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of punch this window. It shatters, but it doesn't bust all the way through.
Good enough.
Okay. What would Keith like to do?
I would imagine Keith would shoot the security guy that he spotted, so he's probably going to move a little bit, get better line of sight, like there.
Yeah.
11.
Ooh. So he hits with plus 3 to damage. Now these guys are not wearing battle dress. They are just wearing combat armor.
$23.
Eesh. Ouch. Alright, hold on here. He is going to eat 6. And maybe cry a little. Yeah, so his laser, he's using a laser rifle, right? I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
So his laser snaps, and you can smell the pungent odor of burning plastics, polymers. The Judeco security guard. He is going to shoot back at Keith with his Gauss rifle. Which has a whole whopping AP 5. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter, because on burst he chews up this window here and this door. This window blows out entirely, and the door takes a whole bunch of weapons fire. Meanwhile, There was a guy you guys didn't know about. And he's going to stick his head out the door up here. And he's going to take a shot at Keith because Keith's closest. And he hits with a +1 to damage. He deals 13 points of damage, and he has armor piercing 5, so Keith's armor's down by 5. I don't think 13 will even get through, though.
Yeah, it's still over that.
Yeah.
He's okay.
That's what I thought. He's got what, 22? Or is it 25?
It's 22.
22? Yeah, no. Yeah, you know, at least he hit. In here, this scientist over here, looking at the shattered glass, all he's got is an auto pistol. And he's going to shoot at Ox through the glass. Because he's, you know, for a scientist, he's not very bright. He is oddly a decent shot, though. But he still misses. But the glass shatters and blows out. So this glass is gone. This scientist, he pokes his head out, and he's going to take a shot at Beth. But he's going to be at -2 because that chair's kind of in his way. And he misses. The chair takes gunfire. I don't know what that chair ever did to you, man. Rexar the Bloody, what would you like to do?
My best. Let's see. Ox was shot at. Was the captain shot at?
Yeah, but they missed and they shot up a chair.
Go to the door right there.
Well, this is a window.
I'm gonna throw my axe through the window and at the scientist.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're gonna be at shit.
Counterpoint. My axe has armor piercing, so maybe no negatives.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna say that you're gonna be at a -4 because first of all, there's a window here, and you're throwing it through the window, so who knows how that's going to turn out. You got a chair here and a desk that he is crouched down behind.
Armor piercing.
Well, with armor piercing, if you hit, it may actually go through.
All right, I'm going to go for it. Ooh. So I get to add strength to weapon throws, right?
Yes.
So +3 from the armor, then +3 from my weapon proficiency, -4.
So what did you roll on the dice?
I'm mathing. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
11.
Okay, that hits with a +3 to damage.
16 points of damage
Oof.
with AP 4.
And all he has... I'm sorry, how much was that?
16.
16. All he's got is cloth armor, so he is going to take 8. So, Beth, you see this window shatter, and Rexar's Reaver static axe basically shred this chair and cut through the desk and hit this guy. The axe is now kind of stuck in the desk, and the blade just came through enough to hit this guy in the shoulder. But he's
And
not...
It sounds like thunder when I throw it.
Yeah, he's not down. Beth, what would you like to do? Actually, the desk, he only took 4 because the desk provided some armor. There we go.
I think I want to take the scientist hostage.
Okay.
See which movement I got. Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. So, did you want to... Are you going to try and grapple him, or are you going to try and just hold a gun on him and convince him that this is a shitty course of action? I mean, he's wearing a cloth armor lab coat. I mean...
Yeah,
and he's got a BB gun. So...
Yeah, you're right. I don't need to grapple him. I could just point the gun at him and be like, hey... Have you ever had a career in the exciting field of game?
Have you ever considered the larcenous arts of being a corsair?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a persuasion plus charm check. Actually, you can make a persuasion plus your social, and you get that with a boon.
Okay. Okay, 9.
Okay, so this guy, he drops his gun and stands up and has his hands up. And he's like, I don't want any part of that. Oh, hey, they actually have a surrender thing. He surrenders.
Do I have enough minor action to ask him what happens if I unplug the cables?
Yeah, so... well, no. I mean, you, as a free action, you can ask him that. There's not really a lot of time because there is still combat going on. His quick free action response is, oh, I wouldn't recommend doing that.
All right.
Ox, what would you like to do? I kind of imagine this scientist that shot at you through the window is kind of like Cyril Figgis from Archer. Suppressing fire! Ooh. So who are you shooting at? This guy up here? All right. So that is a hit with +3 to damage. So he takes 10. But he has combat armor. It does not go through his combat armor. I can't hear you again.
Oh, sorry, I thought I clicked mute off.
No problem.
Yeah, shot at him. Yeah, if it didn't go through, it didn't go through.
Okay.
Pull back a little, get as much cover as possible.
Okay. What would Keith like to do?
Take another shot at this. Well, actually, wait. Let's shoot this guy.
Okay.
It's easier to see. Nine.
That's a +1 to damage.
Jeez. 16.
Ooh. And he's got, oh wait, he doesn't have AP. 16 does not go through his armor. With his minor action, does he want to move? Maybe take
Yeah,
cover?
maybe take a
That's probably a better idea. Okay. Jadeko. Well, this guy's kind of emboldened. He's going to go there. Yeah, he's going to take a shot at Ox with his gas rifle on burst. And he hits with a 10 for +2 to damage. So he has AP 5 and he does 22 points of damage total.
Ow.
So
And the suit blocks 20.
okay, so you take 2.
Yep.
'Tis but a flesh wound. This guy is going to go there. And he's going to take another shot at Keith. Man, he sucks. And he misses again. I mean, not catastrophically, but it was not pretty. Over here, the scientist is going to poke his head out and take a shot at Ox. Oh my god, he hit with a +1 to damage. Oh. For 10 points. That's not going to get through your armor, but you got to be impressed at his moxie. Rexar, now that you have drawn blood, what would you like to do? Well, the guy that you threw the axe at surrendered, so.
I'm going to look at him for a second and then point at my axe in his chest and say, I won't talk back later. And then I'm going to take a step over here and shoot the PGMP at the guy directly north of me.
Okay. All right. Hey, Keith, step back a little. You're going to get a shave.
Especially when I roll double sixes.
Oh, man.
Plus 4.
Man, it's too bad that destructive weapons don't get the bonus damage. But, yeah, you hit. Roll 1DD.
So that's 30.
Fucking A. Let's see here. He's going to take 13. Can he? Yeah, he can take 13. Let's see. So... Believe it or not, this guy takes a PGMP to the chest, and he's still standing. His armor is smoldering, but he's still up. He might have pooped a little, but he's still with us. Beth, what would you like to do?
I want to ask the scientist. So, when you say I shouldn't unplug it, do you mean it'll ruin the experiment, or will I'll die? What'll happen?
He says, oh, please don't do that. We would lose invaluable data. All of the research would be gone. He says, that globe, you are messing with forces that you have no idea. You know nothing about it.
Okay, do I have like duct tape or something to tape this guy to a chair? I don't want him running away, but I also don't want him to... I mean, he's willing to spill the beans, so it's going to come back to him later.
Well, I mean, it's not like... Even if he decides to renege on his surrender, it's not like his auto pistol's going to do anything to you guys in battle dress.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Shit. Well... Alright. I probably wasted my turn. I could step out the door and absorb some firepower.
No, I would say that was a free action. You can step out the door and take a shot at somebody if you'd like. That guy that just took the PGMP is kind of messed up.
Yeah, I'll shoot him. Okay.
Now, hold on just a second. Rexar, didn't you grab the other PGMP?
I strapped it to my back.
So there's no reason that Beth couldn't be operating in PGMP, although it does require heavy weapons.
I got 2 with heavy weapons.
I have 1 in heavy weapons.
Well,
so
you guys, I would say that, it would be possible, probably likely, that you would have given her, if this is what you want to do, that you could have given her that other PGMP.
You could just grab it off my back right now.
I mean, just while you were on the tram. I mean, it's not like you're going to wield 2 of these things, You're not going to two-fist... You're not going to two-fist PGMPs. There's only one time that I've actually seen that, and it's kind of telling. So, Beth, if you want to write this down on your sheet.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Sure.
So this is a PGMP 14. It is tech level 14. Range is 450. Damage is 1 DD. It is 10 kilograms. And unlike the PGMP that Rexar is using, this is not bulky. This is a much slimmer, higher tech model.
Sweet. PGMP for her. Alright, if I like roll snake eyes, am I gonna melt the orb and the things in the middle of the room?
You would have to get a -6 in order for, or worse.
Alright.
For catastrophic failure.
That's beyond my capacity to fuck it up. So yeah, I'll try and melt him all the way, I guess.
Alright.
Let's do this. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's see. So we got 9.
Okay, that is a hit. Roll 1d8. So just roll a d6 times 10.
50.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna take 33, and there is just absolutely no way. Your shot goes clear through him. There's just a
Rex are marking up for me.
Yeah, there's just a smoking hole where his chest used to be. Right. Ox, you got the Ghostbusters over here with their PGMPs. What would you like to do?
Let's move out a little and take a pot shot at this guy.
Okay.
Ten for 10.
Yep. That is a hit. But it does not get through his armor.
Gives him something to think about.
Yep. That is true. Keith. I'll give Beth just a moment here. Yeah, I've been working on prepping some one-off characters for my home group. They are going to be the first group of playtesters for the new adventure that I'm writing, the sequel to this one, the Shadow of the Petrovskis. So that's going to be coming up here in the coming month or two. Should be interesting. One of the players is going to actually take 37 as a player character, which I think will be an interesting mix. So, what would Keith like to do?
Step this way and shoot this guy.
All right.
Nine.
That is a +1 to damage.
$21.
Okay, so that gets through his armor. But he's still up. He Oh, yeah. Oops, that's the wrong button. Steps over here, and he is going to go full rock and roll. full auto on Keith, Rexar, and Beth. So, this first one's going to be on Keith. Let's see, he's got 7. He hits Keith with an 8. AP 5. But he only does 17. Let's see here. Man, Keith's so lucky. It did get through his armor, but the armor just stopped it. On Rexar, ooh. He hits with an 11 for +4. $24 points of damage.
It would have been one that I'm going to turn on my shield.
So I looked at that, and you can't parry weapons fire.
Oh. I'll take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Yeah, no, that shield is great for parrying. And actually, you don't use a reaction to parry melee attacks. You actually you get a +2 bonus to parrying. So parrying itself is a reaction, but you get a +2 to that check for parrying with the shield. And the last attack is on Beth at -2. And he just misses with a 7. Let's see here. Jadeko scientist. He's a lab assistant, so he's not very smart. He's going to shoot at Ox again. And miss. I mean, you know, within 5 meters, and he misses. Rexar, what would you like to do?
I finally bled from someone, so I'm going to shoot the PGMP at them.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
That's a 9 to hit.
Yep. 1 DD.
50.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, no, this guy can't take that. And he goes down. Jadeko security guards are done. Beth, what would you like to do? You still have this scientist over here that's plinking at Ox. No. That's what I get for not looking at my camera. Yeah, PGMPs are definitely not an everyday weapon, but they do come in handy when they're needed. I've been kind of wanting to pick up the field catalog for some of the heavier equipment. Plus, it's got more ships and stuff in it too, and I mean, who doesn't like more ships? Of course, I've got so many ships now. I've got ships that I'm never probably going to ever use, but whatever. So, Beth, you still have this scientist over here that's been attempting to plink at Ox. What would you like to do?
Can I get him? Let's see.
I don't think we need to kill him. We might want to capture him and talk to him.
Oh, okay. Let's just point the PGMP at him and see if that makes him surrender. That should be adequate, right?
Go ahead and make a persuasion plus intellect check, and you get a boon because those weapons are terrifying.
So 11.
Okay, so this guy drops his weapon. And you guys are out of combat. So the two scientists kind of come over here. And so what do you guys want to do? I mean, you've got these 5 what look like cryo tanks and this orb.
I would like to grab my axe.
Oh, yes, and you retrieve your axe. Also, for anybody that wants them, there are a couple of serviceable Gauss rifles laying there.
I'll grab one of those. Well, let's tell the scientists, start talking. Tell us what's going on here. Make your discussion worth us keeping you alive.
So, the scientists tell you, I mean, the first scientist that surrendered, he seems to be a higher-ranking doctor. Like I said, the one that was planking at Ox is just a assistant. They tell you that, how does he phrase it? He just comes right out and says it. He says, these are special clones. And he says that the orbs, we've discovered they're not a weapon. They're a knowledge repository of the ancients.
And how do you get the knowledge out with the clones?
He says, well, I don't like to brag, but these are a genome set of my own creation. These are 12x clones, so they've been grown at 12 times the rate. He says we grew them to the age of 6, and during that time, their genome was modified to match known scions that we've discovered throughout charted space. And we believe that these 5 clones have strong psionic potential, and they'll be able to unlock the secrets of the globe.
So you think the globe is triggered by psionics?
That is our belief, yes. Now, Beth, go ahead and make a medic plus intellect check.
Well,
so you realize that these are not exactly, they're similar to cryobursts, but they are not actually cryobursts. These are actually, these are clone tanks. They are clone vats. But they are under a cryo freeze right now, and there's frost on there's a window about where the head should be. And you wipe the frost off, and you realize that the clone that is in there that is frozen looks exactly like 37, who you just rescued off of the space station.
so they clone these things with no idea what the knowledge is on the
Right.
on the orb, but they still clone like how many children? Like 4, you said?
Yeah, well, I mean, including 37, there would be at least 6 of these things. Now, you also remember, and I mean all of you would recognize this, having been to Thieves, there is someplace else where you have found this kind of situation, and you found it a little weird when you were there the first time. But the widows of Thieves all look identical. The difference being is that they all have cybernetic implants. It's all assumed that that the widows are they're always in contact with one another. So it's kind of like the Borg collective. If one widow, if you are wanted on the streets of Thieves in Black Sand City, if one widow spots you, they all know where you're at.
Is he high level enough to know where like the original of these clones comes from? Or is there just like a repository of
Yes.
this? Yeah.
He tells you that the original genetic blueprint for these clones was Maria Silverhand. Maria Silverhand was the pirate that was more or less in love with the pirate Fennec, who you got carbon froze and put into orbit around Torpal. And she ended up being captured when you gave her the coordinates of where he could be picked up, and the Imperium captured her, and they executed Fennec. She was successful in thawing him out. They spaced him for piracy, and then they have been holding off. The last you heard, they were holding off on her sentence because she was pregnant.
So is she psionic too then? She must be.
No. They had to add that in to her genetic profile when they made the clones.
I wonder why they picked her DNA.
He tells you that they picked Maria Silverhand because of her moral ambiguity and extreme reflexes. They didn't want just scions; they wanted assassins.
Do they have anything helpful that they know about the wasting disease that our friend has?
And as a matter of fact, they do. And he he kind of plays that off like it's not important, and he says, "Oh, that was an experimental bioweapon that that the good doctor up on the Von Braun Highport, Dr. Hardecker, had toyed around with. It was a Sindalian bioweapon," and he says, from what I understand, it originally did not affect humans.
Are there any other like cryobirths around?
No.
No? Damn it. Okay.
So what if we pop these clones out and start asking them questions?
They might be murder machines. We don't really know.
Yeah.
No. Pop a clone out that's... I mean, I assume they're not carrying a bunch of weapons in their...
Yeah, no, I mean, they're naked.
Yeah,
you know.
PGMP versus naked bioterrorists. You just got to hit.
Okay, because I think maybe the senior scientist is worth freezing and shipping to Lady Yamar so she can extract science out of him. Or
Oh, I
something.
like that idea.
Extract science.
You know, science slaves.
We're going to
I
need
guess.
2 megaliters of science out of this guy.
Well, we have the name of the scientist now, or was that skin job that was destroyed?
So the skin job was Dr. Hardecker. This guy, you know what? I didn't even come up with a name for him. I honestly didn't expect him to be alive at this point. So he's in the credits. He's Judeo Scientist number 1 and Judeo Scientist number 2. They're played by extras.
Is
Did
there?
you find anything on that space station about the bioweapon?
Well, you found some stuff, but you haven't. I mean, So, Ting downloaded a whole bunch of information, but
Oh, has it?
but we haven't really had a chance to really go through most of it.
Okay.
I think we kept the head off of the robot
Yes.
too, off of the Heidecker, so like they can probably hook it up to something and make it talk and stuff like that for an alien.
Oh, you can ship that to Lady in Mark too. She went.
Just stick that in the cryo.
The guy that designed her disease.
Just stick that in the cryo berth with the scientists and ship it all as one package. You know, save on shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think what I'm gonna do is be like, yeah, so we're taking the orb and you're both monsters, so do you want to see it coming, or you want you want to do this?
So yeah, I mean, are you gonna pop one of these open, or are you going to just unplug everything? I mean,
Fuck, I wish 37 could speak.
right.
You know, so I could ask her what she wants to do. Yeah, let's open one. Let's at least give them the scientist code so they don't have to be fucking naked in the cryo berth. That's just gonna attract something, you know, horrible.
Okay. So you open up this berth, and the clone in here doesn't wake up. I mean, you hit the thaw button, and it's going to take. They're going to be unconscious for quite some time. I mean, they don't. From something like this, they don't just wake up immediately. It's not like low births. You know, if you survive, you're awake immediately. It's not like that. You do see that these clones are. They have, all of them have a wafer jack, and they're all plugged into these clone vats, so they can be taught. You know, that's how they learn skills. In this case, that connection goes 2 ways between the vat and the orb, or rather, the vat and the pedestal that the orb is sitting on.
Okay, let's move the orb and see if they freak out.
They do not. Like I said, she doesn't wake up. You basically pull her out of this vat and lay her down, and she's just laying there, unconscious.
Okay, let's stick them in these comfy wumpy beds over here in the infirmary.
Okay.
And hopefully we can come back for them later, but they'll have more of a chance at life than if they were left frozen, I guess.
That's true. And so you stick the 2 scientists into the into the vat and turn on the deep freeze, and they are frozen. So at this point, the next location for you to go is to get back on the tram and go to the Royal Hangar.
That sounds good. And does anybody need a patching up while we're here, though?
That's a good idea, especially considering that you're in an infirmary that has all manner of medical supplies.
I took a single point of damage if you can fix that.
Okay.
Slap a band-aid on it, please.
Yeah, I was really good for that, for slapping the band-aid on there. I did it, like, really, really good somehow. I kissed the owie afterwards.
I got 2 points I could use fixing.
Okay. I don't know. How long does it take me to apply first aid to each person? Does it matter?
First aid, I mean, you're out of combat, but first aid usually takes 1 minute.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. And then that is...
Or rather, it takes 4 minutes.
I got 12 for Ox.
So that would be +4. So Ox should be healed up.
Okay, and I'm looking from 2, and so I rolled like crap, obviously. So 8. Probably didn't help myself.
So that's a 0.
Okay, well, I'll be right. No. Okay, let's roll on.
Okay. So, check this. You guys hop back onto the tram.
Any good drugs that we can scavenge from the infirmary before we leave?
The bulk of the drugs are going to be... I mean, most of the drugs that would have been in here would be dangerously expired after 2,000 years.
Okay.
If they're even present at all. However, the Judeco scientists do have some stuff.
Any interesting Sindarian knickknacks or artifacts that could be
Well, you
lifted?
You find, we will go through this. So you find a portable metascanner. So this is, device is not optimized for a single traveler. Takes 1D minutes to calibrate itself for each new subject. Gives the same data as a personal version. Providing a DM +1 on medic checks once it has finished its analysis. So basically this thing, it will scan over injured personnel and give you a +1 to your medic check from using it.
That's worth carting off. Also, like anything, since we got the Capri Sun, if there's any type of, bling that we could put on the Capri Sun to make it look like an original Sindarian.
Well, you have picked up so far 8 tons of Sindalian spares. Nothing in here that you would use.
Okay.
However, you do find that these Judeco scientists do have some drugs on them. You find that they have 4 doses of combat drug. So a dose of combat drug gives a +4 to all initiative rolls. You also gain a free action every round with no penalty applied and reduces all damage sustained by 2 points. It says the drug kicks in around 20 seconds, 3 rounds after injection, and lasts for around 10 minutes. When the drug wears off, the user is fatigued.
And I understand the battle suits have slots to load up those drugs?
Yes, you can. In the battle dress, one of the options that you can install is a personal med kit. And you can, depending on which one that you put in, if you get the higher level one, it can inject combat drugs, yes.
Interesting. Useful. I wouldn't mind taking a dose of that. I mean, carrying a dose, not taking a dose.
Also, you find 5 doses of inhibitor drug. These are psionic inhibitors. They dampen the brain's ability to generate psychic effects. A traveler who takes or more often is forcibly injected with an inhibitor drug suffers a bane to all psi-related checks and cannot regain psi points. Each hour, the traveler may make an endurance check to throw off the effects of the drug. Inhibitor drugs have no effect on non-psychic or non-psionic individuals.
This will come in handy. Let's take that.
And you also find... Hold on, I'm looking. Recreational drug, no. Trying to remember the name of these drugs. You find 8 doses of what they just call medicinal drugs. These 8 doses includes vaccines, antitoxins, antibiotics, but basically they're your standard, oh, this one's a vaccine, this one's a jar of ibuprofen, etc., etc. And so there's 8 doses of that.
Yeah, we should leave that for clones.
So you take this, the tram, and the door opens, and this door is, so you get out onto a platform, and this door is an airlock. And it is unlocked. You open it. Are you guys trying to not draw attention to yourself? Because the last time you heard, there were people down here. You know that it was hit by 2 missile strikes, but you don't know what really the situation is. So, I mean, are you trying to be stealthy about this? How are you going about this?
We're waltzing in.
Okay. So you see, down in this hangar, there are, well, the first thing that you see over here, and sorry I'm not a better artist, but this is actually the side of a really big ship. And even in here, and it's not so much that you can hear it, but you can feel it in the deck plates. This thing's reactor is on, and, it's powered up. It's ready to go. Down in the hangar, you see a bunch of crates and barrels, which is a really good heavy metal band. You see a bunch of crates and barrels, and moving these crates and barrels, you see that there are 3 of these cargo lifters. And I don't remember. Oh, I did. And they look just like you would expect them to look. Like this. These are basically the same thing that Ripley used to fight the alien queen. And these 3 guys are lifting up crates and moving them to the ship as fast as they can. You notice that one of these cargo lifters has taken damage. It is on its side. You see that there is rubble to the southern end of this entrance down here, and clear up to as far as here. There is rubble. There are bodies. You can see that something big exploded in here and killed a lot of people. Everybody can make a Recon plus intellect check.
Got a 7.
What about Rexar?
9.
Ooh.
Keith and Beth both got 9.
Okay, so Ox, you're like, wow, Ting really messed this place up. Rexar, Beth, and Keith notice, in addition to all the carnage, over here, you see a body on the floor, and this guy is wearing battle dress, and it looks like his battle dress, he doesn't look like he was hit in the explosion. It looks like his battle dress has been cut open with a blade of some kind. And he bled out. Also around here, you see that there are 2 Judecco riflemen in combat armor and a Judecco PGMP gunner in a battle dress. Now, they, being the alert type, holy shit. So, with a boon, they still don't notice that you've come onto this entry hall. So, what do you guys want to do? Now, when I say that this ship is big, this is like a 1,000 D-ton destroyer escort. It's bristling with guns.
I wonder if we should try and, let's see. We should attack, obviously. I'm just trying to like cool or smart ways to go about that.
So this hallway makes a little L. It goes south and then to the east, and there is another airlock at the end of the hallway with a set of stairs that go down, and there are windows along this thing. Kind of like some of the boarding ramps you would see at an airport.
Should we try and sabotage a cargo lifter? Or should we attack a person? Or I mean a rifleman?
Up to you guys.
Well, we'd have to go out the other door first.
True.
Yeah,
Okay.
these windows are not something you're going to be able to bust out. These are armored glass windows. You know, as you would expect in a royal hangar, and you know, in case something goes tits up.
I like the PGMP. I'm gonna step out here and aim it straight across at this cargo lifter.
Which one?
That's what the one just straight across, like from me, like here.
Okay.
You
That's
don't want to shoot the other PGMP gunner first?
I don't know. Okay, if I can see him, sure. Can I? Yeah, I guess I can.
Why don't we take a synchronized shot at the same time? Give him no chance.
So yeah, you guys are going to get a free surprise round. Let me throw you guys up here. So everybody can roll initiative, but you guys are going to get a free round.
What does 11 translate as?
+3, or it's a 3.
Okay.
Or, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3. It's the effect plus or minus what you get over or below an 8.
Okay.
Which I'm not exactly sure why they decided to do it that way, because it's not like it It doesn't make any real difference. It comes out the same either way, so I mean, you might as well just roll 2d6 and add your dex. It comes out the same either way.
Mm.
So, let's see here. Okay, so what does Keith want to do? Well, I mean, you can move Keith wherever you want Keith to be.
Okay.
For your starting decision here.
Guess here he can still shoot at the PGMP gunner guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's do that.
All right.
So it's gonna be 9.
That is a +1 to damage.
Okay. $23.
He got through the PGMP gunner's battle dress and does 1 point of damage.
Step back a little bit to hide.
We'll call that a success.
Cool.
Okay. Ox, what would you like to do?
Can I move a little bit, get a shot over? I think to here.
Yeah,
Then slide back.
you
I
certainly
would
can
like
do
to try that breaching gun again.
that. Oh, okay.
And if the Chief Echo rifleman that's right by him happens to take some of the splatter, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he's within, it's got a blast of 2, so, yeah.
Okay, here goes. 8.
That is a hit.
And that's shotgun damage, just 4d6.
On here.
I forget what the breaching gun actually did.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm grabbing this 177.
I think it was something double D.
I don't think it does DD damage, but it is explosive. So it is 4D damage, and it has auto 5, so it'd be 4D plus 5 if you want to do it on burst. Oh, and
sure.
it only has blast 1. Well, I would still catch that guy at blast 1. And AP 6. So this guy. Sorry. No, that's the wrong button.
Well, the damage roll was a 12 at 4d6, so that's correct.
Okay.
Then you can
And
subtract
and
6 from his protection.
and plus 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, so he only has 2 armor, so he's going to take 10. And this guy is going to get caught in the blast as well. But his armor soaks up that blast. But I am going to make him roll a dex check. Okay. He takes it like a champ. He just kind of, footballs into this explosion and kind of skids a few feet on his, skids like a meter on his feet, but he doesn't go down. This cargo lifter took a nice explosive blast to the face, though. Beth, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna aim you at the PGMP guy over there.
Okay.
So that would be 9.
That is a hit. Roll 1dd.
30.
Okay. He's going to take 8. Ouch. Hey. The cat's back here poking me in the butt.
And then move a little. See.
Yeah, that got his attention. And Rexar, what would you like to do?
Fire my laser. After moving right there.
Okay, you're firing a laser?
That's my PGMP.
Yes, okay. And you're shooting.
PGMP gunner.
Okay.
Alright. That's a 9 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll 1dd.
50 damage.
How much?
I got a 5, so that'd be 50.
Okay. He is going to take 28, and he cannot. He is slagged. Pretty much nothing left of this guy. No armor, no, like, everything is just...
It's like Wile E. Coyote after an explosion. It just slowly turns to ash.
Yes, more or less. Yes, exactly. We are back at the top of the next round. What would Keith like to do?
I guess shoot at the rifleman over at the top of the screen.
Okay.
$11.
That is a +3 to damage.
$24.
Ooh. Look at the big lasers on Keith. So that definitely gets through his combat armor, but he doesn't go down. Ox, what would you like to do?
Does that cargo lifter still look like it's doing anything, or the rifleman next to him?
He hasn't done anything yet, but he is exceptionally damaged.
Okay, well then I'll swing around and take a shot at the rifleman and maybe pick up some more damage to the cargoman in the blast.
Okay.
Not that one. Okay, 11 to hit, 24 damage.
Ooh, okay. This rifleman's having a bad day.
I finally rolled good.
I know, right? But he's still...
5, 5, 6, and a 3. That's not my typical roll.
He is still up. But the blast... does get through, and this cargo lifter goes down. Cargo lifters only have 2 armor on them. So that was successful either way. Beth, what would you like to do?
I think I want to start moving towards the ship and try and get closer to it in case it starts moving to... I mean, was it properly sabotaged so it can't take off? Or are we not sure from our vantage point?
It seems like the cargo lifters, in the meantime, have moved enough of the rubble out of the way that the ship could lift off at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm
But
going to use...
From what you're seeing, it doesn't look like they want to lift off until they've loaded these crates on.
Yeah, I think if we make enough trouble, they might... I don't know. Maybe they don't want to bother. I'll move as much as I can while still being able to attack.
Okay.
Do that. And I will aim at this guy.
Okay.
Up here.
All right.
Is 10.
That is a hit. And you're still shooting the PGMP?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
only rolled 2 for damage, so.
Oh, well. So 20, he's going to take 3. And you can probably hear him be like, oh, thank God. The cargo lifters have a nasty little surprise. As soon as I pull it up. So the cargo lifters, you guys see on the side of their head, a panel open up and out pops these 2 small barrels on both of them. And let's see here. They're both going to shoot at Beth. That is a hit. But it doesn't get through your battle dress. So when these guns fire, they are little gyrojet guns. I don't know if you know what a gyrojet. It's basically a rocket-propelled round. The benefit of gyrojet is generally that they are 0G because it lobs it, and then after it leaves the barrel, then the jet on the projectile fires. They're fairly inaccurate weapons, to be honest, in real life. Oh, and that's another hit. And still doesn't get, it does 9 points of damage, doesn't get through your battle dress. So that is the secret of the cargo lifters. And this cargo lifter is going to move here. This cargo lifter is moving towards Beth, but that's as far as he can get. The Judecco rifleman. This one is going to... Can he make it? Can he... Oh, he can't make it. Well, he's trying to run for cover on the side of that building. As he's running, he is going to shoot at Keith. And he misses. This rifleman is going to move here. Yeah, he's also going to shoot at Beth. And he hits with a 9 for +1 damage, AP 5. And 15 does not get through your battle dress. Rexar, what would you like to do?
Fire on the cargo lifter to the north of me.
Okay.
That's a 5.
Nope, that's a mess. You see...
Rest in peace, those barrels behind the cargo lifter.
So, yeah, you hit barrels, and these two barrels kind of go up in flame. Partially, they're metal barrels, and they kind of partially melt to the floor. Minor action, did you want to move at all? Okay. We are back to Keith.
Right. I was trying to have him go around the other side of that cargo. So I think we're going to go here and then aim.
Okay. Aiming for the cargo lifter? Okay. Ox, what would you like to do?
Breaching shot at the gentleman right here.
Okay. Go for it.
Right in the face, hopefully. 13 to hit, 22 damage.
Ooh. Yeah. Shit. That definitely cracked his combat armor. And he goes down. And of course, you know, you stitch him with this breaching gun, and like a split second after he gets stitched, it goes off, and he kind of gets blown back and crumples to the floor.
Good for him.
Employee of the month, everybody. Captain Beth, what would you like to do?
You can't use like the big guns that close, or it's dangerous, right?
No, he could. They're not explosive, so yeah, he could. And he's like within 2 meters. His arms are up, like he's gonna try and grapple you.
Oh, okay, shit. Yeah, I'll totally melt him. I'll be like, oh yay, that's a good. Let's see. That's 13.
So at this range, it would only be a 6. Oh, man. So that is a +7 to damage. It is a success, exceptional success.
So 57.
Jeez.
Yeah.
He takes 56 and just is completely slagged. Like, the guy piloting the thing, like, catches fire the whole bit. It's like right out of a horror movie. And then, did you want to move?
Yeah, I'll make it to there.
Okay. This cargo lifter does not like what's transpiring. He was going to move his whole 4 meters to here, and he'll take a shot with his Gyrojets at Keith. I keep calling them Gyrojet rifles. Their official name is an accelerator rifle, but whatever. Man, this guy sucks and misses. Judeka Rifleman. He doesn't like what Ox did to Bob. He and Bob were drinking buddies. He's going to be at a -2 to hit Ox, but he's going to try all the same. $13 to hit. Wait. 13. So, not an exceptional success, but he's going to be excited by it. $21 points of damage, and he's got AP 5.
Ouch. That's 6 through.
All right. He's like, I did something.
So that goes into endurance, right?
It's your choice, either strength or endurance, but whichever one you pick, you have to stick with.
Well, sort of move. Well, I don't know. So my either one's going to take me to 0 or -1. Is there a difference between, if I put in endurance, I'll be at -1. I only have 5.
So,
Strength is 6, so go to 0.
So once your endurance reaches 0, any additional damage can then come off of either strength or dex, your choice.
Okay.
If 2 of your physical stats reach 0, then you're unconscious.
Okay, well, I guess I'll take it in endurance, and then I guess 1 point bleeds into dex.
Okay. So you're still up, as long as you've still got points in endurance and strength. Or, I'm sorry, in dex or strength.
Ow.
Yeah. Rexar, what would you like to do? You see this, over your shoulder, you can see that you hear the staccato burst fire of Gauss rifle shooting behind you.
Let's see. I'll shoot the cargo loader in front of Keith Clark.
Okay.
It's a 14 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Go ahead and let's see. That is an exceptional success. Roll 1d.
60.
Ugh. The cargo lifter explodes. There is hot molten metal flying all over the place. With your minor... I'm sorry.
I'll look to the guy to my northwest and kind of look at everything around him all in flames and are you sure you don't want to put down your weapon?
That may actually be his wisest choice. What would Keith like to do?
Well, the thing he was aiming at is gone. Is this door open, the cargo door?
It is.
He's gonna run in there, peek in first to make sure there's not something insane inside. But yeah, go in there.
Okay, so he looks in, and this is clearly this is the smaller. This ship's not a trader, so the cargo bay is not very large, but they've been loading in these crates. Whatever is in these crates, they want to take with them. Keith can go ahead and make a investigation check, and he can make that with a boon. investigation plus intellect.
Eight.
So Keith kind of eyeballs these crates and barrels and realizes that all of these are actually Sindalian spares. They are 1 ton each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There is 20 tons of Sindalian spares here. So
Okay.
essentially what that is 20 points that can go towards, of various types, towards maintenance and upgrades for the Harrier. Or really, for this ship. This is a 1,000 ton, this is a Sindalian vessel, clearly. The other thing that Keith notices, and I'm not sure that he would really notice this, but we're just going to use it. When he steps into this cargo bay, this ship smells like the inside of a new car stereo. Like, it's brand new.
That's cool.
Ox, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to introduce Mr. Rifleman to my breaching gun.
Okay.
Nine and 19.
Yikes. So he's going to take 2 points.
Hey, is the airlock door one you can like slam shut?
Yeah, you can shut that door if you want.
You know, I'll put a layer of armor between me and him.
Okay. That will give you a plus 15 to armor, so he's not going to be shooting through that. Well, I mean, possibly he could, but it's difficult. Beth, what would you like to do?
I'll spin around and shoot the rifleman.
Okay.
Okay. 9.
Yep. 1 DD.
16.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, no. He he turns into a lingering red mist.
Cool.
Let's see. On here, let me clean up our board.
We should be good.
There we go. Okay. So, I will, you can thank Kevin for this. We finally get to debut the deck plans. As soon as I find them. There they are. This is a Rasputin-class destroyer escort. 1,000 D10s. Now, the obvious thing is, I mean, yeah, you guys could get to the bridge. You could send Keith to the engine room. You could fly this thing, technically. It is not a ship that you would really have the manpower to fully crew. If you were to ever get into, you know, if you wanted to use this for piracy, for example, you're going to be hard-pressed as a player group to man this vessel. It's just, it is big. It just is big. And there's a lot of gun turrets. So this is the Rasputin. It does have actually, I think I have stats for this. Here it is. So these are the stats for the Rasputin. It does have docking space for a 20-ton launch. Now, the weird thing is that the launch is missing. But if you were to get a launch or purchase one, you could fit it in here either way. So yeah, this is the Rasputin. And we will pick up next week with you guys making your way to the bridge.
Cool. See you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, have a good night, guys. All right. Yeah, have a good night. We'll see you next week at 7 o'clock.